Victoria, also dead. Satashi, Shima, His Divine Grace, Savaya, Chabananda, Lakshmananda, Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, Ki Jai. ISKCON, Founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, Ki Jai. Anantakoti, Vaishnava, Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya, Srila Prabhupada, Ki Jai, Namaste, Go, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Dvaita Gadadhar, Shivasati, Go, Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna, Go, Buddha, Sayan, from Radha Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Vrindavanam Ki Jai, Jagannath Ki Jai, Jagannath Swami Ki Jai, Yamunamai Ki Jai, Shrimati Tulasi Devi Ki Jai, Samveda Bhakta Prema Ki Jai, Gaur Premanaya. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru Gauranga, Shri Maharaja Ki Jai. One quick announcement from our sponsor.
I would request the devotees to move forward as much as possible. And also leave the pads on the side in the center and on the other side also free, so that it's easier for people to get in and get out, and also it's easier and quicker to run the microphones to the different locations in the room. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Welcome to Om Welcome to the un-Krishna conscious, unconscious Krishna conscious movement. And I'll explain what I mean about that when I read this quote, after I read this quote from Prabhupada. This is about compassion, very short quote from the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 21st chapter, 31st verse. Showing compassion to all living entities, you will attain self-realization. Giving assurance of safety to all, you will perceive your own self as well as all the universes in me and myself in you. And that means spiritual perfection, as Krishna says in the 6th chapter of the Gita, text 30. Yomam pashyati sarvacha, sarvam jamaye pashyati, tashyamam apanashyami, sachamaye napanashyami. One who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me is never lost to me, nor am I ever lost to him. And this is, how do you do that? Showing compassion to all living entities. And of course, the hardest thing is to show compassion to living entities who are close to you. It's easy to show compassion for the cows, for the animals, but for your husband and wife, forget about that. Impossible. So I'll explain what I meant by the Krishna unconsciousness movement. Okay? We're all members of the Krishna unconsciousness movement because we're very much into rituals. You know, we do what we do. We chant our rounds. We chant the Gurvashika prayers. Some of you call it the samsara prayers. The word samsara means material entanglement. Let's all chant the prayers for material entanglement. It's Gurvashika, not samsara. So when we're doing things, we're not thinking of why we're doing what we're doing, even what we're doing. We're just thinking of the activity itself. And the problem with that is we're disconnected from the Krishna consciousness. So I don't have time to go over this whole other seminar I gave on being connected to the holy name, connected to the prayers that we say. But suffice it to say that whenever we chant some mantra, especially the Holy Krishna Maha Mantra, we should have a why and understanding of what the mantra means. For example, if you're chanting the prayer before class, Hari in the bushes and don't get too into it. Because you're not on that level yet. Or maybe you are. Jai Radhamani Kunj Bihari, Gopi Jana Bala, you know, the pleaser of the gopis, lifting Govardhana. It's such a nice thought to have in the mind while you're chanting. So what should you be thinking about when you chant the Hare Krishna mantra? Well, you can be praying. You should have some sankalpa, some intention. You know, so what I usually say is you should have a why. Why am I doing, what am I doing, when I'm doing it, or before I'm doing it. That's enough about that, because that's a whole other subject matter which you'll have time for today. So, yesterday we talked about the process of empathic communication, which means understanding the person's needs, but the process is observing something and what are your feelings. Actually, feelings are very important. I never really went over that yesterday. So most of us don't have a good vocabulary for feelings. We just feel what? I feel good, I feel bad, I feel sad, I feel mad. That's about it. So, isn't it? That's it. You know, if I ask you how you're feeling, okay, that's not even a feeling. So there's like millions and millions and millions of words for feelings, and feelings are different than judgments. Obviously, you don't say, I feel you were a rascal. That's not a feeling. Feelings come from the heart. They don't come from the brain. Try to remember that. Because this area of our body, especially as devotees, is not used very much. It's like become a little atrophied, you know, because we don't use it very much. And usually the parts of the body that we use the most in the Krishna consciousness movement are the mouth. We put things in, we put things out, you know, that means speaking. And then the stomach. Mouth, stomach, and brain. But this section of the body, you know, forget about. We don't need it. It's superfluous. So it's much like that character in the Ramayana, because I know we're going to have to talk about the Ramayana today from Nityananda Prabhu. But there's this, one of my favorite characters in the Ramayana is not Ram and Lakshman, not even Raman. It's Kobanda. He's a wonderful demon. Because he was smashed by the demigods when he was attacking the demigods. And he's a devotee. Because he's just a head with a mouth and a stomach. Everything combined together. So that's your ideal member of the Krishna consciousness. Unfortunately, he tried to eat Ram and Lakshman, so he wasn't a bit. So we're vegetarian Kadambas. Kadambas. Okay, that's our particular position. So, okay, so we want to do some exercises today, have some fun, because we don't have a tremendous amount of time. So I wanted to find out what you all wanted to deal with. We can deal with the needs and stuff like that, or we can start talking about how to take care of children in the Krishna consciousness movement. Let's take a poll. Who wants to just go over the basic process again, needs and do exercise? It's all going to be exercises today, basically. Raise your hand if you just want to know the basic process. And if you want to start talking about how to take care of children or be a child. Actually, in the Bible it says if one wants to go back to Godhead, one has to become like a child, right? So maybe we'll start talking about children, how to take care of children, because this is really important. I think a lot of you have children or wish you were children, or will be children in your next lives. Well, obviously, if we're not going back to Godhead, we're going to be children. Every one of the spiritual world as a child, basically, except, you know, Mother Yashoda and some of the older people. But the majority of children, you know, the cowherd boys, gopis, you know, they're all young. So let's get prepared. So there's been an intensive academic study done of millions and millions of people, and it turns out that 87% of adults were previously children. Did I get that statistic wrong? Yes, I did. So, in our culture, and I'm talking about the culture that most of you are brought up with, we have different methods of getting children to do what we want. And these are bullying. You gotta do what I want or else. You know, no one likes to get bullied. Just like at school, if your child comes back and says they were bullies, they were beating me up. Well, that's what they get at home, too. Because nowadays, of course, the kids, they know how to call 911. So there's reverse bullying. The children say, unless you do what I say, I'm calling 911. So that happens, too. So that's a general method we deal with children. So let's do an exercise right now before we get into the methods of training children up to be like good animals. So, you like that? When you train? So like I train the oxen, you have a little stick, you hit the stick, and you tell the children, actually there's two commands for the oxen, gee and haw. Means go right or go left. Were any of the children like to be treated like that?
No.
No. Okay, because everyone has a need for what? What is the big need we were talking about yesterday? Autonomy, making your own decisions, and if people don't make their own decisions, here's some statistics, that the children who don't make their own decisions in life or are forced to do certain things, their higher percentage, I don't have the percentage right here, but there's a higher percentage of overeating, a higher percentage of juvenile delinquency, and all those other nice things. So, okay. So we like to split into twos, and those of you, I guess most of you are parents, explain, or even if you're not parents, even if you're a child, okay. Explain who's going to do this in, let's say 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes for each person. Explain what you want your children to be like or be when they grow up. And if you don't have children, if you had children, what would you like them to be like or be? Okay, so we're going to split into twos. Look at the person next to you. We're talking about long-term goals. Long-term goals. Yeah.
So me and Ankita discussed Maharaj, so we have 3 goals. Yes, I want to be happy, but the 3 goals are, I want them to be confident, to be introspective, and to be independent.
Hello, great. You're filling all their needs. Yes. You have it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, anyone else want to
I'm thinking that I'd like to see my children become trustworthy.
Can you speak up?
share? Yes, yeah.
I want to know.
I'd like to see my children become trustworthy individuals and also have, and gradually perhaps lose hope of trying to be happy in material life.
Okay, good. Yeah. Got a lot of parents here. Because you're in front of the deity, you get your wishes fulfilled.
Hare Krishna. I want my son to just read the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita because I think that is going to equip him to handle all situations. And also, since we are all born in this material world, we can't control everything. At least he has the knowledge of what needs to be done and how it needs to be controlled.
Great. Very good. Yeah.
We said that our future children, we want them to be generous and like give back to the community.
I'd like my children to learn to be independently thoughtful and empathic.
Good. Independent, thoughtful, and empathic. These are all very good. 1 or 2 more. Anybody else? Oh, right there. Quick. Microphone, microphone.
I want my children to be grateful for what they have received in their childhood and exhibit their gratefulness and give this gratitude to give the society and community whatever they have received and be kind to the society.
Very nice. Okay, right behind.
Me and Atulya Maharaj were discussing, and I really like what she said, was she wants her children to be able to express themselves in all situations of what's in their heart. And that trust factor should be there so they don't feel that they can't express. The other was, of course, the career choice, and then the one thing from me was I really want them, along with career, to have Krishna in their life. I'm not looking at we should have Krishna as they should be initiated and be pujaris or anything, but they should at least make some of their decisions thinking of what will please Krishna, and that way they will be able to make the right choices as they move forward.
Good. Okay, let's go, since we have limited time, we'll just go on to the next thing. So, we're going to do another exercise on how you deal with children now that you don't want to continue doing. And this is an exercise I just demonstrated to you, but I want you all to experience this yourselves. The exercise is that you're going to be in twos again, and you're going to switch off in the middle of it. One of you is going to be on the floor. You know, completely on the floor, and the other one is going to be standing up. And you're going to be telling the person on the floor to go to his or her room. And the person on the floor is going to be saying no. As long as the person on the floor can keep saying no, because you're going to escalate. In other words, you're going to keep saying, go to your room, no. Go to your room, no. Go, if you don't go to your room, I'm going to kill you. I mean, how many of you, as children, just being honest, have experienced that when your mother or father punished you, they said to you, I'm doing this because I love you? Wow. The majority of people in the room are equating love with the spanking or whatever other punishment. So yeah, I had the same experience, and I would tell my mother, please don't love me so much. Or another thing I said, if this is love, I don't want to see you all hate it. So we're going to break up into two. This is a little longer exercise, about a 10-minute exercise. And in other words, you don't have a chair. When I exhibited this to you last time, I stood on a chair and the poor kid was on the floor. And it was very traumatic for the devotee. The cousin wasn't coming back. What? Oh, there you are. Have you seen a psychiatrist in the last? So this is the sort of discipline that we're accustomed to giving and as children receiving, as you all pointed out. So one question I have is, would you appreciate your husband or wife dealing with you like that? Raise your hand if you would like your husband or wife to deal with you in the same way. Oh, she raised her hand. Very good. You're a perfect wife. Men have this idea that a perfect wife keeps her mouth shut, rolls perfect rotis, never argues. That's a perfect wife. And a perfect husband is someone who's always kind, lets you buy whatever you want. Right? That's a perfect husband. And he listens to you 24 hours a day. And then a perfect child is a child that never cries. You know, just like if you're in a room with some children and the children don't cry, you say to the parents, what nice kids you have. Maybe the kid's dead. So our version of nice is someone who doesn't bother me. Right? Sometimes I'm in an airplane and you get a kid right next to you crying as the plane takes over and the plane lands. I'm just thinking, what a lousy rat. It's probably a good kid. And sometimes if I'm sitting next to the mother, I have to hold the kid while the mother changes the diapers. That's a danger of flying. Especially when you get bulkhead seating. So, joking aside, we're going to do this exercise, and it's really interesting, and we'll get some feedback, how you feel, and really that's what the child is experiencing. It's a power over relationship than a power with. The power with relationship is when you sit down with the child and you discuss, you take time. It takes more time. I mean, it's easier just to tell people what they should do, and if they don't do it, this is going to happen to them. That's easy stuff. Just takes 2 seconds. Like, I'm your boss, I'm your mother, I'm your father. That's it, you know, very easy. It's like in the workplace. I'm your boss, you should do this. And if you don't do this, you're going to get fired. I'm sure many of you men have experienced it, maybe so many ladies have experienced that. So, it's a horrible dynamic. We want to do things from the heart, so it means taking time, sitting with the children, and talking about the needs. And another thing, oh yeah, this is really important, this was pointed out to me this morning. One devotee had heard this and studied this philosophy, you know, empathic communication, and they inadvertently started using needs to demand things from people. I need you to behave yourself. I need you to do what I want. But needs are, I'm responsible for my, remember, I'm responsible for fulfilling my needs. Needs are never focused on another except in the case of parents that I need my children to be happy or I need my children to be well. That's a different thing. But I should think that I don't need anyone to do anything for me. And if they do something, I'm very grateful. If you have these expectations, this implicit demand, which you may call a need, sometimes you call demands needs. I need you to do this. I need you to clean your room. You know, then you have an expectation, it's a demand, and then you get angry if they don't do it. But if you don't have that expectation, and they clean their room anyway, like for example, when I was staying in Seattle with Nanda Sutta and his wife, Bhakti, I cleaned my own room. How did you feel about that?
I was very worried, Maharaj, because I didn't get this service.
Oh, she thought I was sleeping on the floor. I was sleeping on the bed, and the bed was completely made, and she thought, oh my God. But she was very happy. Oh, you had a chance. I served her by cleaning my room. Just joking. Okay, so why don't we do this exercise? Divide into twos. Remember, the person has to go to his room, and the person who's supposed to go to his room doesn't want to go to his room, and he may eventually go to his room because you're screaming at him enough. Don't scream too loud because we have a lot of people in the room. Okay, start now. Hare Krishna. service becomes the adult, and the next one becomes the child. Anyone want to share? How you felt? Maybe people who took the position of a child want to share how you felt as a child. Okay. Right?
I was curious as to what she come up with. So I was like, okay, bring on the next one, you know?
That's good. Let me explain what happened there. There's two responses children can have, or adults can have, when they're told to do something. One response is submit. Okay? And the other response is what? Rebel. Do the opposite. Now, going back to my childhood, because I know there's references to that. My mother was she was nice, but she was she was very domineering. So I had a brother. I have a brother. The reason I said I had a brother is that he didn't join the Hare Krishna movement. You know, I told him, please take some prasadam, and he said, after seeing what it did to you, I'm not going to eat any of that. So anyway, I have a brother, and my mother was very, very much controlling me. So I became a rebel. In fact, so much a rebel that I would always try to play tricks on my mother. And some of the tricks, children don't listen. Some of the tricks were like I would put a cup of water on top of the door. So when she opened the door, it would fall on. And other tricks were like, I got these joy in doing things like that in the room? Oh, they just got hit by their mother. So, on the other hand, my brother became completely submissive, and he is doing the exact opposite occupation as myself. Like, I'm a sannyasi, so sannyasis have the benefit of going to people's homes, and sometimes they wash your feet and everything like that. My brother goes to other people's homes, and he washes their feet. He's a podiatrist. So anyway, so I was able to join the Krishna conscious movement because I was able to rebel when my mother didn't want me to join. So there's a benefit to being rebellious. It's not always good. Like if you're a devotee and you have children and they will rebel, they'll rebel and become demons. What? Is it possible what?
I said husbands are also allowed to rebel.
Yes, husbands can rebel, and wives can rebel. So we don't want children to become, well, I hate to use the designation, but we don't want the children to do things that are counterproductive to their spiritual life. So, now I want to do another exercise and involve all of you. Actually, well, maybe we can share some more. Actually, we should share some more. Anyone else want to share what they experienced being a child?
So yeah, as a child, I felt like my mother was very bossy, and whatever arguments I was doing, she was just trying to overcome, and she still wanted me to do the same what she wants to do. So.
Did you want to do what she wanted you to do?
No, like I didn't have, and I didn't have any arguments because she was just overcoming all the arguments what I was doing. So I was feeling like she was very bossy, like bossing around and helpless. I would help.
Is that the sort of relationship you want to have with your mother? You want your children to have with you? Think about it. Probably not. Yes, ma'am.
I felt like an object versus a person.
You felt like an object rather than a person. Very good. Very good. Because we want to be treated as persons. One or two more, and then we'll take another survey.
I have gotten very empathic from Maharaj in this exercise. In spite of that difference, even though she was connecting to the needs and explaining, I was resisting, I don't want to go now, I want half an hour, 1 hour, whatever. Still, that distance actually made me feel like, even though I was resisting, it's kind of hopeless or no choice. I have to just do whatever she's doing with this distance.
She was empathic, so you felt good about listening to her?
Even though she's communicating in an empathic way, but this distance and the way she was telling, I had to do that. That's a feeling.
Okay. Yeah, so if the mother is empathic, then the child feels protected by that difference. Because remember, it's like having a big Rakshasa talking down to you. And if Rakshasa says, I'm going to protect you and love you, that's pretty good. So, just one more and then we get on to the next exercise. Yes?
I'm going to part of a child. I felt so playful in being rebellious, and seeing the parent as helpless situation, I felt even more playful. I don't know whether it's a demonic nature or not, but I'm still
Very good. Okay, so I want to do a survey now. There's one word in our interpersonal relationships that we use all the time, and I'm going to note down the responses I get. So, there's this word called love. Can anyone give me a definition of that word? Yeah.
Unconditional surrender.
Where's your mother? We'll have a discussion after. Okay, I mean, it's honest. So,
a genuine affection to care.
It's a shelter, and you can say it's a shelter, and it behaves differently based upon the relationship you have, mother and son, and then like husband and wife, and friend, and there's multiple relationships, so the love varies, depends upon the relationship.
yeah, okay, that's good. Shelter. So, we're looking for some common denominator for all situations, whether it's mother, daughter, husband, wife, friend and friends, brother, sister. That we could actually hold up. This is need. This is a need. Okay, well, wisher.
A genuine affection.
Affection, caring.
Trust.
Acceptance.
Respect.
Trusting.
Service.
Interesting. Any other ones?
Attention, service.
What?
Attention.
Attention. What else? Freedom. Appreciation.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Service. Connection. Connection.
Reciprocation.
Yeah. What? Intense emotion.
Reciprocation.
Joy, happiness,
Joy, happiness, wow.
Connection with the heart.
Connection with heart.
peace,
Peace. Do you have some relationship problems? You know, if you love me, you shut your mouth. What's that?
Understand.
Understanding.
Reciprocation of feelings.
What are feelings?
Reciprocation of feelings.
Feelings, okay. Okay. One or two more.
acceptance,
Acceptance.
Serving someone, doing without expecting anything from them.
Good. Unconditional. Okay. These are all good, except for the unconditional surrender. No, that's good too. It's good too. Even, the interesting thing is, even when we hear things that may block communication, let's say someone is passing a judgment, we talk about diagnosis or something like that, that's good, because it teaches us about the need. If someone says, "You are a rascal," then that expression can be transformed or understood to help you and the person understand the need behind that. So nothing is bad in that particular regard. So really, all these things are pointing out to something about love, which is like unconditional, let's not use the word surrender. Unconditional acceptance. Somebody who said that. Unconditional acceptance of someone.
Without no expectation.
With no expectation. Good. Well, that's a negative definition, but it's still applicable. So that is Krishna's attitude towards us. Krishna loves us even if we act like a demon. Even if he kills us. In the Vaishnava literature, the Vedic literature, the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the question is raised, why does Krishna teach or treat the demons and devotees unequally? And then it's described in that canto, in the discussion between Shukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, and also between Yudhisthira and Narada Muni, how Krishna treats everyone equally. Krishna says, Samoham Sarvabhuteshu Namadusha Stinapriya. So this is the relationship or type of relationship we are hankering for and everyone needs. And especially talking about children, they need that unacceptable, acceptance under any circumstance. Unconditional acceptance. Yeah, unacceptable. That would be good. That's a Freudian slip. So, unconditional acceptance. And then they'll feel fulfilled. So that is the relationship a parent should be having with the child, or the guru should be having with the disciple. For example, I mean, I've experienced sometimes, this is my own personal realization or experience, is that sometimes a disciple will do some really horrendous thing. And it goes on the internet. And someone writes you, your disciple did blank, blank, blank. Of course, my first response was, oh my God. Maybe I should retire to Govardhan. My first response. But the second response is, what can I do? I still have to love that disciple and try to help them become Krishna conscious, no matter what they do. And you see that with Prabhupada. When someone left the movement and came back, Prabhupada cried and gladly accepted him back. Krishna, when Gopakumar finally went back to God, this is the Grihad Bhagavatamrita, then Krishna started crying and embraced him and actually went unconscious. So this is the sort of relationship that we should be having amongst each other. Not demanding anything, not expecting anything, but just really having love for all, in fact, all living entities. And if we do this, as Prabhupada mentioned in the first quote that I gave today, if we do this, then we will actually become Krishna conscious. Because we will see everyone connected to Krishna. We do this through Yastu Sarvana Bhutani Atmane Vanapashati, that is, seeing everyone as part and parcel of Krishna. Okay, so we have 7 minutes left to this morning's session. Instead of doing another exercise, I can take questions. If you any of you have questions. Yes? And then we have another session tonight, I believe, at 6:30. And there'll be more exercises, dramas, skits, and everything like that. And tomorrow morning we're going to have more questions and answers at 11, I think it's 11:30 or something.
Thank you, Maharaj. My question is your thoughts on the system of education that we have in our institution, ISKCON, Sunday schools, Gurukula, and in terms, we're dealing a lot with a culture, Indian culture, that is very obedient, and also with very strong family values. So in general, how we can deal with not the bully or the coercion that we find in the West, but rather the almost like a emotional, bullying in one sense. That because there's a love, there's a response that we have in terms of being accepted and being loved. If we do the right thing, then we obediently do. So, but at the end, maybe it's still coercion. So, how, and this whole thing is built within our educational system. So how do we deal with that? What is your thoughts on that?
You're talking about the ISKCON educational system?
Yes, and also we can see it that in one sense is the educational system
in general
is like that too.
Based on rewards or punishments.
Yes.
You do well. Well, I'm talking about, you mentioned first Indian culture. Okay, I think I should address that point. That many, or actually the children that you have here are what we call ABCDs. you parents, you look at your children and think, they're Indian. And the children are thinking, what the? We're Americans. The ABCD, in case you don't know what that is, an American-born confused-ation. Confused devotees. So, I think it's important that the parents, you mentioned the Indian culture, understand that children don't think the same way they do. They have different type of association. They're used to more freedom, and basically they need a different type of interaction with the parents. So that's the first thing. As far as the other aspects of the culture in general, where people are rewarded or punished for doing well or not doing well in school, which is the other question you asked. The children should be presented with their long-term vision. Like, what do you want to do? It's not bad to have A's, B's, and C's, and D's in school. But, in other words, where do you want to do, what do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to be 50 years, or 20 years, or 10 years from now? And based on that, here is a strategy. So in other words, as long as they're choosing to embrace or accept that particular strategy, if it's explained properly with them, they most likely will accept it. Then it's no longer uncompassionate. Does that make sense? Because they're choosing. Here you are in a situation, because all of us are in particular situations where we have limitations. We can't do anything we want to do anytime we want to do. There's society limitations. For example, you drive a car, and if you drive too fast, guess what happens? You get a ticket. So I would like to express my autonomy by driving very fast. I did that sometimes and I got a ticket. I was driving 90 miles an hour through a national park one time thinking that there were no police there. And I got caught. And I told the park ranger, I said I thought there were no police there. That was my excuse. And because it was America, I couldn't bribe him. So we realize that we're working within certain limitations, and we're choosing, rephrasing in our minds, choosing, and the children can do that too as they're going to school, because I have certain objectives in life. I want to become a doctor. All your parents will love that. I want to become an engineer. What else do your parents want? Lawyer. What else? Dentist.
Robotic engineer.
Nobody likes dentists. So the children but it has to come from them. Not that you should become a doctor. Why? To make me proud of you. Otherwise, you are not my son. My daughter could never get less than a B. What does the child hear when the parents say that? Yeah, I don't love you, I reject you, you're not my daughter. That's what children hear. My son could never get less. My mother did that. My son could never get less than a B, so I discovered invisible ink. You know what that is? Change the report card. Oh, here, Mom, sign it. Oh, great, great, okay. And then it disappeared, went back to the table. So that's rejection. So let the children figure out what they want to do, but facilitate, like I mentioned many times before, that we as authorities or older people, whatever, are facilitators, loving facilitators. And we will love the people we're taking care of regardless of what they do. We may not agree. We can, as they say, hate the sin, not the sinner. We can say, I disagree with what you're doing, I don't approve of it, but I'm not rejecting you. I will always be your well-wisher. And if we can learn that simple language or simple type of thought pattern, the relationships will be so deep that probably you won't have a problem with people doing things that go against their particular needs or your particular needs for that. So remember that. Important for children. So it is 11:45, and according to my boss, I want to hear what Nityananda Pran is going to tell us about with the Ramayana and empathic communication. We're having another session tonight, and more questions and answers tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much. And also there's books. Anyone who wants a copy of the book, Empathic Communication, then Leela Shakti there has a whole pile of books that are available. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai.